where ideas are born and friendships are made.
These 10 days have probably been much more knowledgeable than a whole year at a university.
Young people seeking knowledge and understanding.
Reach for the stars.
You know, we are all human and we are all living in the same planet, and we should share.
We will build the ideas and attitudes that will shape the future.
Have you heard what Trondheim are doing? We should be doing that.
Every day, full schedule, interesting conversations, and at night, yeah, we have time to get to know all the participants.
I think everything we do is so much fun, and they give us no time for to even breathe.
One of the most exciting and vital meeting places in the world.
And there should be more initiatives like this.
I don't want it to end.
And we get there to a cabin surrounded by just snow and mostly nothing else.
One of the best days in my life.
Some have never seen the desert.
We gather 400 students from over 100 countries.
I'm overjoyed in the sun the second time this year. I'm on a plane at 30,000
I am bound to you.
The only way
a meeting place where student voices are heard.
That's okay with me, 'cause I'm overjoyed.
What is it?
And ready for that. The yes, I'm ready for the fall. Well, there's no surprise.
Remember, more than a year before the festival started, we dreamt of having Desmond Tutu as our opening speaker.
Honored guests, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the opening ceremony of the International Student Festival in Trondheim 2009.
ISFiT is the world's largest international student festival. It's arranged every odd year, and about 450 students from all over the world attend this year's festival. ISFiT is a thematic festival, always related to social and political topics of international relevance. This year's main topic is peacebuilding.
Every boat needs a captain, and in this very hall, the internationally oriented students of Trondheim elect theirs, the ISFiT leader. The president of this year's festival is from Hemsedal. He is 24 years old, and he championed peacebuilding as this year's topic in an effort to return to the very roots of the ISFiT ideas during this 10th festival in the series. Please give a warm welcome to ISFiT President Trygve Thorsson.
ISFiT is, in my opinion, first and foremost, a meeting place. We gather 400 students from over 100 countries.
I'm Lucas from Poland.
I'm
from Turkey.
I'm Himakshi from India.
I'm from Pakistan.
Palestine.
Indonesia.
Ghana. I'm from New York.
For 10 days here in Trondheim, we do believe that the students that are here are potential leaders of tomorrow, that they have a potential to develop their ideas and set the ideas that they develop here into practice.
These are very special students. They're smart, they're willing to be empathic and pragmatic.
My name is Fatima, I'm from Sudan.
A lot of people from Africa, from Asia, from China, from Philippines, you know.
I'm Hallie from the Philippines.
And I'm from Finland.
With ISFiT we create an arena where they can meet, discuss, debate, get to know each other, build a network and develop ideas.
Dear fellow students, dear honorable guests, welcome to the 10th International Student Festival in Trondheim. Welcome to ISFiT 2009. In November 1989, the Berlin Wall fell. 5 months later, this hall was packed with students from both sides. Trondheim was one of the first cities where students from Eastern and Western Europe met. On April 17, 1990, the first ISFiT was opened. Here at ISFiT, we are not representatives of a country or a government. We are not representing a religion or a political ideology. At ISFiT, we are first and foremost students. Dear participants, thank you for being here. Thank you for coming all this way to snowy and cold and dark Trondheim in the middle of the Norwegian winter. Thank you for sharing your time, your thoughts and your experience with us. And dear volunteers, without you, ISFiT would never be possible. I sincerely hope you enjoy this moment. This is it!
Hello. That was not a very enthusiastic. Hello. Now let's welcome the people who have come from other parts of the world to be part of this wonderful, wonderful event here in Trondheim. All of you have come from about more than 100 nations, is it? More than 100 nations. Just think of it, that in the room here we have people who speak at least 100 different languages. Isn't that something? Let's clap those people who have come, yes. Now I want to tell you, you might not have ever thought about this, that you are fantastic people. Do you know that? I mean, I know that sometimes when you look in the mirror, you are shocked at what you see in front of you. You know, I mean, that there are people who are called VIPs. You know, VIP. When you go to an airport, if you're a VIP, you don't stand in a long line. They fetch you, maybe they fetch you in a car when everybody else goes in a bus, and they go and stand in a long line, VIP. Now, we may not all be VIPs, but we are all VSPs. Very special person. So, no, man, no. It's a lousy clap. You really, I mean, we're talking about very special people. Come on, now let's hear you say it. Young people such as yourselves are fantastic in so many parts of the world. Young people are idealistic. They dream. They dream about a better world. They dream about a world where we will share. Just imagine how much do we spend on arms? Billions. And we know that a small fraction of those budgets would ensure that children everywhere in the world, would have enough water to drink, would have enough food to eat, homes, good health. Children die today because they can't get any inexpensive inoculation. And we spend money on things that destroy life. Imagine. And you young people are saying, for goodness sake, let's begin to think differently about ourselves. And you have come together. You come to celebrate and to dream about a world where there is no longer war. Why should there be war? You know, as I look at you, obviously, yes, I'm looking and I'm seeing future prime ministers. I'm seeing future professors. I'm seeing people who are going to to discover cures for HIV and AIDS. Yes, yeah. I come back in 5-10 years' time, I will say to you, you remember? Yeah? A few years ago, we were in Bali. There were 3 Nobel Peace Laureates with about, I think, 300 young people. And they asked me, hello, Archbishop Tutu, yes? What did you do? What must you do to win a Nobel Peace Prize? I said, oh, very easy. You need only 3 things. You must have a big nose. 2, you must have an easy name. Tutu. And because it was warm there, I was in shorts. I said, and 3. And I showed off my legs. I said, you must have sexy legs. All I was saying is, anybody, if a Desmond Tutu can win the Nobel Peace Prize, anybody can win the Nobel Peace Prize. And so, why not? Why shouldn't there be Nobel Peace Prize winners here? Why shouldn't there be people who are going to make discoveries that are going to make life better for their fellow human beings? Why not? I look at you and I see some fantastic human beings. Reach for the stars. Reach for the stars. Eh? Aim for the top, for the sake of all of us. And God has no one except you. You and you and you, and you, and you, and you. Goodbye. Yes.
I have had the most wonderful day on the campus. I went to 2 workshops and they were magnificent.
The ISFiT participants take part in various workshops that are related to our main theme. We had 16 workshops focusing on peace building from different angles. We have everything from a workshop that concentrated on music and peace building, and we had hardcore political science workshops that focused on DDR and other aspects of peace building. So the workshops last from quite early in the morning till 5 o'clock in the afternoon, and the participants work together on their theme in various ways.
Workshop 11, Human Rights. We basically shared human rights situation from our respective countries, and after sharing the human rights situation also we looked at the Human Rights Charter and aspects of the articles, and we also threw light on some human rights violations that are taking place in various countries that were represented in our workshop. And we also looked at how best we as students or young people could actually work efficiently and effectively in our respective countries, looking at how best we can reduce or to quit the violation of the human rights abuses that are going on globally.
I loved the plenary sessions. The plenary sessions were perhaps the most enlightening of everything. The great speakers.
When you think you can exist on your own, you know you can't.
The plenary sessions are meetings between leaders of today and the ISFiT participants.
To trace the grey line between freedom of expression and freedom from humiliation.
Our participants and others can listen to politicians, authors, scientists and others that have experience and a lot of knowledge about our themes, and that they can also ask questions to these people are important aspects of our plenary sessions.
What do you think about the relationship, again, between having rights and being happy?
That we can create dialogue between world leaders and our participants.
During the plenary session, called Empowering Women, Nobel Peace Prize laureate Dr. Sigurd Ytre-Arne engaged the audience in her fight for equality between women and men. She started by explaining about women's conditions in Iran.
A man can have up to 4 wives and divorce any one of them without any preconditions anytime he wishes.
اما طلاق گرفتن برای زن بسیار دشوار و گاه غیر ممکنه.
But divorcing is very difficult or at times impossible for a woman.
Dr. Ytre-Arne received her Nobel Peace Prize in 2003 and is known for defending the rights of women and children. She is under immense pressure from the Iranian government, but has never given up. They may close our office, but not our mouth, she says.
در ایران یک زن اگه بخواد کار کنه یا به مسافرت بره احتیاج به اجازه کتبی شوهرش داره.
In Iran, if a woman decides to work or travel, she needs the written permission of her spouse.
این قوانین
As I said, these laws are contradictory to the real cultural and social status of the Iranian woman. I'd like to point this out with a simple example. I said that one of our vice presidents is a woman. Now imagine if the vice president decides to go to the United Nations and defend the rights of the Iranian people. The night before, she has to beg her husband for permission so that she can leave the country. And God knows if the night before the husband and wife get into a fight and the husband decides to be stubborn and not grant permission, what happens to Iran's seat before the United Nations the next day?
این مثال ساده جامعه عقبه.
This small example shows how regressive our laws are compared to the culture of our society. So the full victory of women means removing discrimination against all women and paving the way for true democratization. And that is why women who fight for the equality of rights in every society are at the forefront of the democratization process in those societies. And undemocratic governments always find their most fearful opponents in the ranks of women. That is why it is essential for international organizations to give the utmost attention to the issue of the equality of women and their rights in every society, so that by paving the way for the achievement of their rights, they can democratize all across the world. Rather than dropping democracy with cluster bombs over the heads of nations, they can assist women in every society to achieve their true rights. Let us not forget that democracy is not a gift that you can hand over to a nation. Democracy is not an event that can happen overnight. Democracy is a historical process that must mature, and in this process, the role of women is undeniable. The victory of women can shorten the path towards democracy. I wish women all over the world true victory, and thank you for your patience listening to me tonight.
Why are Muslim women only in few countries feel troubled? If I compare a woman from Indonesia, I cannot compare Indonesian woman to an Afghani woman and a Saudi Arabian woman. Is it something to do with the Muslim men in these communities, how they think about interpretation of Islam about women? And with these two questions, I conclude. Thank you, ma'am. It's an honor to have you here.
I pointed in my talks that the root cause of all of these issues and concerns is the patriarchal culture.
و فرهنگ پدرسالاره که تفسیر خودش رو از مذهب به گونه‌ای ارائه میکنه که به نفعشه.
And it is the patriarchal culture that defines religion in such a manner that is incompatible with the achievement of equal rights.
Perhaps my claim is that overall women are the same everywhere. Having rights or not having them does not make so much difference. What do you think about the relationship, again, between having rights and being happy?
دوست من خیلی سوال خوبی کردی.
My dear friend, you ask a very good question. The question was, does a person who has rights necessarily happy as well? And my response is, no, a person who has rights is not necessarily happy. But I'm confident about one thing. A person who doesn't have rights is definitely unhappy.
Dear Dr. Abadi, my name is Eivind. I'm from Norway, and I am a male student and politician. My question is, what could I do to help women to get equal rights, also in my society? That's my question.
Thank you. Good question. Thank you.
You must respect women in the same manner you respect yourself. When you're giving women their rights, sometimes people assume that they're making a favor. They're not making a favor here, they're just giving them their rights. So say if you want to become a politician, I'll tell you, don't do favors for women, just give them their rights, please.
Global Fiesta is a great theme party that we arrange at Monday night at ISFiT. It's a night where we celebrate the cultural diversity at ISFiT and where all the participants can dress up in their national costumes
It's a sari. It's the national costume of Indian women.
And this suit, is this your national?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
And they are dancing, they are sharing their cultures, and they are sharing what they have. And nobody shaming on this. This is pretty important. Yeah, I am this, and you are this, and you know, we can be together. This is very important.
At the participant stage, all the participants can perform traditional dances, songs, poems, whatever from their country, or just things that I like to perform.
So nice, and I like them and I love them. My host family is very nice and generous with me, and their hospitality and welcoming me very nice. And I'm so happy. Really, I'm enjoying and spending good time here. Thank you very much.
It's good to hear.
Thanks a lot.
Enjoy the global fiesta then.
Yes, I will. Thank you.
Thank you.
Because it's visual and it's more bam right there in front of your eyes.
Workshop 7, film and photo. Practically we discuss about some topics related to peace.
There's a focus on peace and the correlation between peace and how photo and film can make a change, and I was very, very amazed by that.
How to control or work, are the limits to handle a picture or to manipulate. Let's, for example, in newspapers and photojournalists, and also in movies.
When film is manipulated and when images are manipulated appropriately, I think that the mind, because the mind is so selective, the mind can see this as something more effective than, for example, a book. Because it's visual and it's more bam right there in front of your eyes.
We talk about the power of the image, and so what are our responsibilities in promote or produce these pictures.
Also because our society is working now and is working on image. Our sensibility is very, how I can say, we are very sensitive about all the messages that are arriving by TV, by movie, with the publicity and everything. So we are very sensitive at this.
Actually, we had an exhibition at the Samfunnet, and the goal was to show a picture. We had 2 pictures each, to show a picture before what was the meaning of peace before coming here, and now what is the meaning of peace building. And so I think there are very interesting things, and I think many ideas have changed. By my part, yeah, it has changed. The discussions, the little groups helped me out to develop more my ideas about peace building. Well, my first picture is about inner peace, because I think peace starts in the inner of a person. Then the second one, it's about a conflict that is taking my country, which is racism. We have a lot of it, and after ISFiT, I want to be part and promote to get rid of racism, which is something that is destroying us and make us make a division in my country. People from the West and people from the East, they are against each other.
On Saturday, Workshop 7 had a visit from the artist and street photographer Nili Yosha. Many of the participants in the workshop dream of working as a photographer, and Yosha's encouraging words were quite inspirational.
We primarily, as I said, we use visuals, and we've had quite productive sessions in the workshops, and I'm very happy. I'm particularly happy about the fact that I've come to know all the people from different cultures. Two people from Israel, people from the United States, people from Germany, from France, from Asia, everywhere. So it's a very unique melting pot of cultures, how they perceive the world.
Film director Barbara Capisti from Italy visited Workshop 7 to talk about her work and her latest film, which is one of the films shown during the festival.
The movie is Forbidden Childhood, Forbidden Dreams. Is a movie about a non-violent movement, non-violent resistance in Israel and Palestine, working to teach how to deal with this kind of violence that every day is in the street. How difficult it is to be non-violent in that situation, because for us it's very simple to say we are peacemaker or we are against any kind of violence, because we live in different countries and we don't know what violence is. I know that we can do a lot with our job for peace. We can do a lot, because when you are honest and when you are able to show the reality how it is, I think that our movie photographers and movie directors, filmmakers can do a lot, really a lot for this. Because no one, we can give the possibility to the normal people, to the common people, to have their own ideas.
An important aspect of ISFiT is also to integrate the city of Trondheim and the participants. And we tried to link the participants and the local population in various ways. For instance, the ISFiT participants stay at hosts while they are here.
The wonderful people of Trondheim have said all of the students from overseas, we don't want them to go and stay in hotels, we don't want them to go and stay in hostels, we don't want them to go and stay in dormitories, we want them to come and live with us in our homes. And so we want to say a very big thank you to the people of Trondheim, not just for their welcome to ISFiT, but for their generosity in extending their hospitality to those who have come from overseas. Let's give them a clap too.
So they stay at the families in Trondheim and students of Trondheim that open their homes for the participants during the festival.
I'm learning Norwegian.
Oh,
from my host family. I can now en, two, tre, like fire, fem.
We had a whole day dedicated to the communication between the local students and the ISFiT participant, the Thursday, which we named
On Common Ground. Yes. That's the title of the whole day. And the idea is that you let students from Trondheim meet students from all over the world. We try to open ISFiT to the public. That is the idea, so it has been arrangements all over town today. I've just been to Dragvoll and joined the opening of the Peace Conference there. And we also had this role play starting up there.
Let us study! Education for all! Education! Shut the fuck up! Shut back! Shut back! Spread your arms! Spread your arms! Stand there! What do you think you are? Hey! What do you think you are?
On this project day, the first ISFiT book, called Voices of Tomorrow, was released. The book focuses on conflicts and peace-building processes. It contains a selection of essays written by international students and recognized professionals. The book also reflects on Norway's approach to peace-building. In Forum Theatre, a group of actors performed a play, introducing a few characters and their conflicts. Then the audience was encouraged to take the stage and participate in developing a theatrical debate in which experiences and ideas are rehearsed and shared, creatively generating both solidarity and a sense of empowerment. Among the other things you could experience at ISFiT on February the 26th were World Cafe, Speed Dating and Buto Workshop, held by the Japanese Buto artist Ken Mai.
what is human and what is life? What do you want to do in the future?
To artist Ken Mai.
We did a lot of exercise, image and physical training and movement.
Let's start to dance.
Basically need training, physical training and mind training.
Later the same evening, Ken Mai also did a dance performance at Klubben.
Buto is, for me, one part of art and life. Also need to creative movement and peace. Creation is very, I think, important to use, which we don't use so much. Artists, of course, they use many creation, but other people more into high technology, like computer, and we better not follow only computers. It's important to see the humans fundamentally in humans' connection and nature, and how important is ancestors, our ancestors who died, your grandmother, grandfather. That's why I'm here, past and present and future. And think about this contemporary society. This is right or wrong. What is human? And what is life? What do you want to do in the future? It is okay to follow this society, computer, and busy. It is right.
Walls with Bashir was one of the movies that were shown during ISFiT, and it's a movie that is directly relevant for our theme. The movie is made by a former Israeli soldier and is reflecting his views on the war in Lebanon. We follow the soldier in his post-war period where all the memories from the war is coming back to him. It's a very strong movie which affects our thoughts and our emotions. And it shows us both what war can do with people, with the soldier and his friends, and also how it affects the local population.
I think the Burma VJ movie was extremely touching, particularly because of the technical side of it, because it was filmed in a unique way. It was collected from footage. It was very realistic and very powerful and very frightening about how the situation is there.
Many films related to peacebuilding were shown during the festival. Among them were War Child, The Rainbow Maker, Akama's, and Forbidden Childhood.
I'm Himakshi from India. I'm in workshop 14, Developments for Migration. We went for an outdoor project, like it was a role play which we did. We all acted as migrants, so that was like a really good experience, so that we could actually know what migrants feel like. And then today we had a discussion about human rights and migration, which actually got heated, and we realized that these issues have no solution, but still we need to think about them and do as good as we can. Every 10-15 minutes I get to talk to another people from a different country, and then when we talk we get to know about each other's culture and situations, which is really good. In next days I'm looking forward to, of course, skiing. I've never skied before in my life and I've never been in such a cold place, so I'm looking forward to tomorrow and going around Trondheim, of course discussing more about my workshop and knowing more people. When I get home, of course, I'll tell my friends about it, and we have conferences in our college also where we discuss this, so I will go back and hold a meeting where I could tell people about my experiences and about the change in me and the thoughts I've learned here.
Make the 11 again, yeah.
Right now we are on our way to the ski day at Granos. And we're little late and we're a little tired after the global fiesta yesterday, but we're looking forward to skiing. And
what will happen there, you think?
I don't know.
Always little forward, I can tell my friend. Always been the last one who could show and tell. Though it's never easy if I ever knew what I could hear them joking and laughing at you.
Ski day is a day where we take the participants skiing at Granåsen here outside Trondheim, and it's a day where the participants get to know each other in another way than that they do in the workshops. They can try skiing and other winter sports activities, have fun, relax. You can look at it as a long ice-breaking energizer or something.
Enjoying yourself?
Oh yeah, it's really fun, and this is a hard sport. Yeah.
Yeah, I bet you're doing good.
Thanks.
First time?
Yeah. First time in snow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm from India, so.
Okay, no snow.
No, it's insane fun. Walking up is crazy. At least coming down is like whee. So yeah.
That's good.
Make the 11 again. Yeah.
I have to teach. Yeah, I'm teaching her because she's never went skiing before. Yeah,
and
yeah.
You tried?
Yeah, yeah. Oh no! No. So trying to make the 11 at first. Trying to make the 11.
What is the 11? Is it
I mean, just like make 11.
Yeah.
And then if you want to start like making, this
yeah,
is
I heard about the A.
Yeah.
Okay.
How's it going?
Very interesting.
Very interesting. Is it difficult?
A little bit.
A little bit, yeah. First time skiing?
Yes.
It was my first time snowing because I come from Peru. Okay. And in Peru, we don't see snow and we don't see rain, so everything is new right here. Yeah. What did you enjoy the most?
Falling down. Woo!
Yes.
And the trainers, it's very nice.
Very nice. Yeah.
And teach me a lot of skills.
Yeah.
But I need a time to understand that.
Yeah. But I've been doing a lot of snow fighting these days. Yeah, not only here, just like in the streets, in the middle of the street. Yeah, you can do anywhere. Yeah.
Need some help?
Oh no, I just have a rest.
Oh yeah, okay then.
I mean, I enjoy a lot of all the activities we have at the workshop. Yeah. And well, I really loved yesterday. Yeah. Global Fiesta. Yeah. I was dancing like a crazy girl in the front row. He's asking if there is any handsome boys. Yes, I think so. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think so. And not only like ISFiT participants, also Norwegians. You know. Yeah. Well, I've noticed that some of the girls have are really interested in ISFiT president. I don't know why. I know.
Okay, we need to get apart from each other so we're able to get up.
Once you step through, there's no turning back. So I want to listen, I told them before. Don't go out thinking that there's so much more.
Hello! It's snow in Norway!
Sing it louder, I can hear. Sing it higher if you dare. Sing it shorter. Sing it faster.
Do you like this?
Snow? Yeah, of course. Snow is amazing.
Where are you from?
I'm from New York.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you have been skiing before?
No, never skiing. I'm gonna go later today.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So how do you like ISFiT so far?
It's been perfect. Everyone is talking and getting along.
Yeah.
Very peaceful.
What did you like most
so far?
So far?
The fiesta last night was really fun.
Yes.
And I think the plenary sessions are amazing. They have really good speakers and also a lot of very insightful students to ask them the follow-up questions. I think those two have been my favorites.
Okay.
What's your name?
Sigurd.
Sigurd.
I think ISFiT would absolutely not be the same without all this craziness, without the pony song and the crazy energizers and the activities that are really ice-breaking and get the participants to know each other in another way. On the last Saturday of ISFiT, I had the pleasure to talk to Björn Blindheim, which is one of the founders of ISFiT and was a board member at the first ISFiT is 1990. He attended the last plenary session with Betty Williams, where first Betty Williams addressed the audience, and afterwards a lot of participants entered the floor before the stage and danced to a band that played. And Björn came up to me after that and said, ISFiT is fantastic. I mean, where else in the world can you first listen to a Nobel Peace Prize laureate and then see students from the whole world dancing together in pure joy? And I think what he says really capture the essence of ISFiT, the unique mix between highly relevant speakers and topics, and kind of the serious conference part, and the joy and the energy that we have here.
Yesterday I went to the Fabnet indie band, indie pop band in Kluben. Fabnet. And I think it was really cool. It was great.
ISFiT is just mind-boggling.
Each and every function being held in Sampo now, we are enjoying a lot.
ISFiT is just so inspiring. ISFiT is actually worth applying for.
I think ISFiT 2009 became much more than we could dream of and could expect.
Actually, it's really amazing. Everything is good in this festival. I have been in some festivals before. This festival is really special because meeting people from around the world, from more than 100 countries.
People from different nations teach me a lot.
Yeah. You know, I met some people from countries that it's the first time to hear this. Yeah, to hear about them.
Well, a lot of hanging around with different people and having a lot of interesting conversations.
Like just going around and, oh, you're from Peru, oh, you speak Spanish, oh, I've been in Peru last year, and we start to talk like that for an hour. Yeah, that's great.
A lot of different highlights, a lot of different stories, and I absolutely loved it.
We met like the Nobel Prize holders, like Tutu. You hear different language, you change experiences.
And we share a lot of ideas, and I've tried to discover all the cultures of the way of thinking of the and music, so it's very good.
We have so much different opinions between us.
Yeah. The major thing was that I learned from ISFiT, it was the teamwork. You are nothing if you are alone. You can do everything if you have a team and you have a unity.
I think it's an amazing experience, and I think everything we do is so much fun, and they give us no time for like they even breathe. So it's like this and that and lunch and then meeting and then talk and workshop. So yeah.
The feel of cordiality, the friendliness. And I must say, Norwegians are so sweet and very nice.
I like Norway so much, and I'm really curious to see Trondheim in the summer. So I think that I'm coming in the summer.
You're coming in the summer?
Yeah, I hope so.
I'm having a wonderful time. I wish that there wasn't so much slush out there. But I brought a pair of boots.
And Norwegian food, that is too much.
I thought it was going to be a lot colder, or that I'd be outdoors more. So I borrowed a thick woolen cap with ear flaps.
You don't like the food?
No, I like food. But that
you don't get used to
Norwegian
food. Yes.
Norwegian food, that's why there is some problem.
But I love the chocolate. It's
Yes, chocolates,
And scarf, woolen scarf that sort of wraps itself around me like a python.
Tonight, are you going to any concert? Or?
Tonight actually I'm just a bit under the weather and I'm tired. So, but I was about to leave when I heard them play reggae, and I'm a reggae fan, so I was just dancing to the reggae too. I think that is also part of the uniqueness of the festival. You come out and you want to go out, but something draws you back in. So I think, yeah.
I think ISFiT is a really great initiative, and there should be more initiatives like this. I really enjoy seeing a lot of students coming together from all over the world with different backgrounds, different cultural, religious, political points of view, and to meet and to share.
I absolutely loved it, and I don't want it to end.
So there I sat on a train going south. I knew it was right, but I still had my doubts. I soothed myself that everything must end.
The cultural program at ISFiT is thought through, and it's an important aspect of the festival. Without the cultural program, ISFiT would not be what it is, and it would not be a festival in the same way. It affects your emotions, it affects your thoughts in a totally different way than the plenary sessions and the workshops do. Also, the cultural events are important arenas where the participants can relax, get to know each other in another way, and just hang out, have fun.
An important part of ISFiT's cultural program is the performing arts. At ISFiT 2009, you could attend performances such as Poetry Slam with GODS, Jazz Creatures, combining puppet theatre for children with jazz music, the controversial British actress and performance artist Kate Pendry, Night Days, especially written for the festival, Disney Killer, music and poetry by Gunnar Wærnes, and several other performances.
And my topic's religion, and I come from a country like India, so we have so many religions. So it's nice to hear what others have to say about the same thing, because we've discussed it over and over again in our country, and it's nice to know what other countries feel about the same thing, so it's a good thing.
The participants in Workshop 9 belonged to several different religions, and some were atheists. Religion can be a hard topic to discuss because it's very personal. The debates often got heated, and this demanded respect and open minds between the participants.
People come from many different, religion, many different countries. So I learned a lot about their perspectives, their point of view about religion itself. We do several discussions and debates about how to use religion as a media of building peace. That's, some conflicts are caused by the religious reason. Sometimes people use religion as an excuse for things like a war. Sometimes they use religion as the reason. So by creating a better understanding, we can avoid the a crash, and so we can start to avoid conflict that causes by misunderstanding in religions.
Many thought it would help to face discriminating statements with more ease, and they all agreed that the common values of the different religions should be used as a foundation for peace.
Well, I don't know if art itself is a peace builder, but I think that the artists that uses the tool of art, because art is an international language, and it talks and it communicates through borders and boundaries and languages.
I think we managed to create an art program that was very varied and very good. From day one of our goals was to not just to collect an art program that was cool or beautiful. In Gallery Kit we had 2 exhibitions. One with a Georgian artist called Maka Batiashvili from Georgia. The reason why we picked Maka was because of Georgia being one of the conflict areas that the dialogue groups focused on. Maka Batiashvili has a unique painting style, very childish and very, you can say, simple and strange and really beautiful. The motives are not dramatic or something like that. It's common motives from just a normal day's life in Georgia.
The other exhibition in Gallery Kits was curated by the Norwegian artist Henrik Plagt, who has established the International Academy of Arts in Palestine.
My name is Henrik Plagt. I'm a very old Norwegian artist. And I've been invited here to ISFiT. First of all, to give a lecture about an initiative that I initiated in 2002, and that's to establish an Academy of Fine Arts in Ramallah, which is the occupied Palestinian land. To tell a brief story about the establishment and also to encourage students to take initiatives such as this one, to intervene in conflicts and to have visions and to try to help or to contribute.
Sharif Vaked's movie Checkpoint, Fashion for Israeli Checkpoints, documents the thousands of moments where the Palestinians attempt to move through the intricate and constantly expanding network of Israeli checkpoints. The clothes worn by the mannequins are designed so that the people who wear them are easy to frisk.
I think the students can see a small glimpse of the Palestinian identity, I would say. A little bit about their state of mind living under occupation. The students that are here are the tomorrow's leaders and those in power of how to change the world. Yeah. So I think it's important that art is represented in a place like this. Well, I don't know if art itself is a peace builder, but I think that the artists that uses the tool of art, because art is an international language, and it talks and it communicates through borders and boundaries and languages. And I think it also represents a neutral space, I would say.
We wanted to show the public in Trondheim ISFiT, and we wanted to make a spectacular event.
19 different motifs made by both local and foreign artists were projected on the facades of Nidarosdomen, and a lot of people witnessed this unique art project.
Me and Andrew, the head of concert, we made a package for Nidarosdomen, because Andrew wanted to have a concert there as well. So our plan was to make an evening with the Paint My House and a concert in Nidarosdomen, which was probably one of the best days in my life.
Yeah, it was a fantastic performance by Magnet. The sounds and the atmosphere was electric with his music.
The combination between the Paint My House project and the Magnet concert in the cathedral made a unique combination, and to look at the old cathedral with its new paintings on it was really a great experience, and opened my eyes on how we can use art in the public space. It was really a beautiful show. The concert was fantastic. I think the Nidaros Cathedral is a wonderful concert hall. There were 1,300 people in the cathedral, so it was full, and was a great mix between ISFiT participants, students of Trondheim, and others that wanted to share this experience.
People took notice when you walked in, alright. Not easy to miss in your innocent white. A little passe perhaps, but mirror, mirror on the wall.
There were held several concerts every night at ISFiT, both at Samfunnet and other places in Trondheim. Here are some of the bands and artists.
I guess you're gonna be the last to leave tonight, and leave your little of your make-believe till daylight. I guess you're gonna be the last to leave tonight, and leave your little of your make-believe till daylight. Oh, daylight, yeah, daylight. And one talking, the mile a minute talk, 13 to the dozen of I told you so. The one you'll never leave.
Just like there are some ISFitters that have never seen snow, some have never seen the desert. I was invited by ISFiT to have a show in this Peacebuilding festival. And normally I'm a documentary photographer, but the problem with photos is it shows the world how it is instead of the world how it should be or could be. And the ISFiT festival is about dreaming, about the world as it can be, and the theme is building peace. So I decided to bring the land where the problems are to the people of Norway, because the participants, they come, they talk in workshops, they talk in places that are far away from where the action is happening. First of all, I thought it would be a nice contrast with the snow outside. Just like there are some ISFitters that have never seen snow, some have never seen the desert. And the desert is, Israel and Palestine have many different climates. But I chose the desert because that is where the prophets have come up with their greatest peaceful prophecies. From the Bible, the New Testament, Muhammad, all the prophets, they went to the desert to talk to God. There must be something there. So that's why I chose that environment.
I think it's great to try to be in the country that you're talking about, because you're always trying to discuss peace and negotiate in cold countries like in Norway. So it's for us that's never been there. It's maybe we can understand some more and try to put ourselves in their position.
All the drawings around have been made by the people that have visited our gallery. We invite people to come in for an experience, it's not I'm the artist and I'm telling you how to build peace. It's we together are going to think about it. And the students have come from all over the world for that purpose. So they come in, they drink coffee, Arab coffee or tea, and they eat hummus, falafel and pitas.
The tea and the falafels are amazing. It looks like Swedish meatballs, but it's not. It's great.
They relax first of all. They smoke some shisha, and after they've relaxed and made new friends, then we ask them together to make write or draw an idea for peace in the land, and to make it a collaboration, to work together with somebody else, because peace is very easy when you're doing it by yourself. The point is a communication with somebody else, and that's also the hard part, but that's the point.
Non-violence is the weapon of the strong, not the weak.
The plenary session called Everybody's Business was arranged like a traditional meeting in the Great Hall at Samfunnet.
The meeting is in session.
To introduce the meeting were Bjørn Blindheim and Jarand Rystad, who started the first ISFiT festival.
Well, Jarand, this was how it all started, right? On the bike.
Yes, you're right. The idea was born on a bike trip from just outside this building, actually.
We simply wanted to bring people together from different backgrounds to meet, to discuss, and to develop perspectives on important issues which concerned us all. Diverse groups give interesting results, right? So a little bit of background. It was sort of end of the Cold War. Europe was still divided. And I really remember the summer of 1989 discussing with other crew in the board on the program. So we were sort of putting together the program for the first festival. We had just got budget for sending out the brochure. That was everything we had. And we were discussing when will the Berlin Wall be torn down. This was July 1989, and we decided not to include it because we wanted to be taken serious. Little did we know of the avalanche of history that rolled over Europe just months after and melted the Cold War down just in front of us.
It was really a fantastic fall. Country after country finally broke out from the Soviet Union, and just a few weeks after the country broke out, we got hundreds of applicants for each of the country.
But I remember I sat once with one East and one West German guy, and they were discussing what was written in their history books at school. And would you believe it? It was very, very different.
It was, of course, some surprises for the people coming out from this part of the world. For example, the currency rates. I remember one guy from Estonia working hard for 6 months, he told me, to save money for the festival. He came here with 60 Norwegian kroner. He went to the toilet to take a piss. That was 10 kroner at the train station.
But now let's turn to ISFiT 2009. How are the guys doing?
Yes, how are you doing? How many of you have had interesting and eye-opening discussions this week? Hand in the... So we are extremely proud and extremely impressed by what has happened since this start, and are so happy to be back and see how this has grown.
So people, humble thank you.
Humble thank you to all of you. Thank you.
Please give a warm welcome to Mrs. Betty Williams.
It makes me very proud to be in this room, and I'm not saying that any kind of, like I'll say I'm proud just because, you know, I'm supposed to. It's not true. Trondheim University is leading the world in how we bring to the fore the issues of those in the world who suffer. And it's young people helping young people. How wonderful is that? Because if you're going to wait for the adults to do it, you'll all be dead. Here are young people who are taking the future of the world into their own hands, and they're saying to those in power, I hate that word power too, because it destroys so many people, power. They're looking those who are powerful. And if we collectively come together with people of like mind, like what's happening here in Trondheim, is people of like mind are getting together with people of like mind worldwide. That's a wonderful thing to do. And to the two men who started this, God bless you both. Look what you've done. When the peace movement started, I had been out that day shopping. I just didn't stand up one morning and say, oh goodness, I think we should have peace in Northern Ireland. This peace that we have now on my beloved island of Ireland was one that was born out of brutality and suffering, and the suffering of the women and the children of Ireland. I had seen many people killed in Northern Ireland. I had 2 of my own family killed. My cousin Danny, who was a pre-med student from a family of 8, the brightest one in the whole family, and he was the one who was going to be a doctor. Well, he took a job at the weekends in a bar, serving drinks to earn money, like students do, and coming home that night, one night, on a Saturday night, the Protestant paramilitary organization were lying in wait for Danny, and they riddled him to death with the sign of the cross. My cousin Joe had a little farm, I made a couple of acres, but he was going to have a big farm someday. And in the meantime, he was working in the post office as a postman. And every night he would go up and feed his animals, and he loved that farm. 18 years of age. Driving past a van, the van exploded. They couldn't open Joe's coffin. There were 2 of my family destroyed for no sane reason in the world. One destroyed by the IRA, a Catholic, and the other destroyed by a Protestant paramilitary organization. So the pain within my own family was intense. And then one day I was driving home from my mother's, and I witnessed the death of 3 beautiful children. I say this everywhere I go. You don't see my angels, but I believe in angels. Because around my shoulders tonight are John, Joanne, and Andrew Maguire. My John, Joanne, and Andrew didn't die in vain. In fact, it says on their gravestone, they died that others may live. And that's the truth. Sorry. And I went home, and about 4 hours of my life went missing. I've got no idea what happened in those 4 hours, and I don't think I'll ever get them back. And maybe I don't really want to get them back, because it was painful. But my next memory was standing in my garage, and I was screaming. Well, a psychiatrist told me since that I probably brought myself out of shock, which was good, because it probably would have cost me a fortune to get out of it any other way, you know. And the first door I banged on, this lady came to the door, and I was yelling at her, you know, we can't live like this anymore. We women have to change. I mean, I was on fire on her doorstep. And I held a piece of paper up and I said, "Dear, sign this." And she said, "What am I signing?" And I wrote on it, "Peace petition." And then that night, it was like being the Pied Piper of Hamelin. All I did, really all I did, was give a voice to the women who were thinking exactly the same as I was. 10,000 women who had seen me on television hired buses. And in one powerful act of, you want to know why I love hugs? Let me tell you why I love hugs. That day, the Catholic women buses were coming this way, and the Protestant buses were coming this way. Those women didn't speak to each other when they got off the bus. They hugged. And in one powerful act of love, because that's what it was, we women wiped out 850 years of hatred in one powerful act of love. Arms are for hugging. We used to do training sessions, non-violent training sessions. Non-violence is the weapon of the strong, not the weak. When I heard I was coming to Trondheim, I got so excited. And one of the students said to me, why did you come here? I said, why not? Why didn't you ask me earlier? You know, I'm going to be back here. I've got a feeling, if you'll have me. Okay.
Sports and games are a part of almost all societies, and it can function as a bridge builder between conflicting groups.
Yeah, we are doing sports games and we have discussions.
We played football, but in some teams we were tied up together with hands or legs or hands behind the back, and that made it the teams unequal, which is quite much related to situation around the world.
Yeah, and how about yesterday? Did you participate in the ski day?
Of course! We love it, especially...
I never fell down. This was the first time, but never fell.
I don't believe you.
I don't believe you.
I saw you fall. Well, I have had this workshop is very much related to my studies, and I'm really happy to be here, and I try to get a lot of things to bring back home, and I'm studying circus. Yes, I hope we can also find some projects we can do together in future.
I think you can be good at that. Do you think both?
And we get there to a cabin surrounded by just snow and mostly nothing else.
ISFiT 97 started a project called the ISFiT Dialogue Groups. At the Dialogue Groups we gather students from both sides of different conflicts.
And we bring them first to Oslo for a couple of days, then to a cabin at Røros for 10 days, and then they participate here at the Festival of ISFiT.
The participants for Dialogue Groups 2009 came from Georgia and Abkhazia, Israel and Palestine, and north and south of Cyprus. This is one of the evenings in Oslo when we went ice skating together. One of the first nights. It's a great experience and how to get to know each other, falling around, laughing. This is at the Nobel Peace Prize Center. We take a bus to Røros. It takes about 8 hours, and we get there to a cabin surrounded by just snow and mostly nothing else, and spend 10 days locked up in a cabin together. Inside there's different sessions, workshops, different dialogue exercises, as we call them, different communication exercises and different topics. Here the participants have been given an assignment which is about identity, and they're asked to draw themselves or get someone else to draw around themselves, and inside the body they should place different parts of their identity, things that are important to them. It can be where they're from, what religion they have, if they're students, if they play drums, whatever. Well, identity is a very important topic or issue in conflict, especially civil conflicts when people live in the same state. And this is kind of an exercise to see that you have many different parts of your identity, not just the one that is about the conflict. We spend a lot of time in the snow, skiing, making snow angels. This is the views from our cabin.
The ISFiT dialogue group continues as a workshop during the festival.
In the workshops, the participants started working with their own projects, developing their own projects, thinking of ideas of what they could do in their own home communities when they got back home. And also they met many speakers like Johan Galtung.
He was very popular among the participants, so that was a great experience.
The ISFiT dialogue groups is one of our most direct peace initiatives.
Hopefully they learn a different way to understand the other party of the conflict. Hopefully they learn something new about themselves. They learn about communication, and they learn a bit about how it is to be from the other side as a person.
The dialogue groups can be an intense experience, especially for people that haven't met anyone from the other side before. But it is intense, and you do see that there is conflict. The participants are there because there are conflicts.
Yet there is a challenge with dialogue when the participants have newly experienced war, which was the case in both Georgia, Abkhazia, and especially the Israeli-Palestine group.
I think through dialogue and through meeting each other and talking together and doing what the dialogue groups do, like sharing the same food, sharing the same area to sleep, spending your days together playing in the snow. It's essential for people to get to know each other as persons and not just the enemy.
I think it's amazing to see the change that some of the participants went through.
Yeah, several participants have come back to us after the seminar especially and said that it did change the way they thought about the conflict and the way they saw the other side. But this is also a long process. In August we will have a follow-up seminar in Cyprus with all the participants. It's a follow-up seminar to help them in the process of developing their own projects. We're very proud of the fact that our participants all the groups with participants are working with projects as we speak, and we look forward to seeing them again in Cyprus in a couple of months.
Jimmy was the oldest of 3 brothers at the farm.
The reason why we chose Peacebuilding as the main theme of ISFiT 2009 is because it's an international challenge, and to build peace in the troubled areas around the world we need international cooperation and we need student activism. Meeting other students, fellow students personally and listening to their stories can be really enlightening, and you can hear the personal stories and get another insight that you can get through textbooks or lectures at your own university or through the media.
I met an Israeli guy and we talked about peace and how can we solve our conflict. When I heard about some conflicts in the world and then they find a solution for it. So I was curious to know what kind of solution that will help and that will solve the conflicts. I asked many friends from the the areas of conflict, about how is the life there, and how did you find the solution. So yeah, I'm now thinking about some new kind of solutions for our conflict.
I talked to a lot of the participants of ISFiT 2009 during the last days, and I was extremely happy to hear that they told me that they feel they have changed a little bit, and they feel that they have learned a lot during ISFiT. A participant told me that he felt almost like a new person after ISFiT, and it might sound like a cliche when you say that ISFiT changed my life, but I think for the participants, at least a little change is made.
No one can build peace alone. Jessica from Colombia cannot build peace on her own, and Pascal from Burundi cannot build peace on his own. Muhammad from Bangladesh cannot build peace on his own, and Alexander from Germany cannot build peace alone. To build peace, dialogue and cooperation across borders are essential. To build peace, innovative ideas and wholehearted positive attitudes are invaluable. To build peace, a long-term perspective is needed. Here at ISFiT, Jessica, Pascal, Muhammad and Alexander can find the ideas that makes successful peace building possible. Together, they can build peace. We are gathered here today because peace is more than the absence of war. We are gathered here because we want to contribute to build a future where people can live in peace.
Hi, I'm Shamim. I'm from workshop 13. It's about women equality. Yeah. Basically, our workshop was to give equality to women. Yeah. In society, you can say that most of countries in which people oppress women. Yeah. So our purpose was to find out how we can bring women equal to men, so that they are given equality in the society. So we came into the, you can say, conclusion that we will have to establish the justice so that each and every person in a society will be given equal rights. Individually, I will start from my family. I will try to give rights to my wife, my family, to my mothers, my sisters, and I will start from my family, because individually I can do this one. We should think for others in the same way as we think for ourselves. Yeah.
I am actually, despite all appearances, I am a little tired. But each time I meet up with young people,
I think an important part of why our speakers want to come here is that at ISFiT they meet an audience that they do not meet anywhere else.
And I tell this to students everywhere I go. My favourite thing to do is be with young people. I love young people, children and dogs. It's adults I have a problem with.
They give me a new energy. You really are wonderful. Did you know that? You're fantastic. Eh?
Around the world, students are doing great work for peace and democracy and human rights, and students are a group that is really resourceful and that can create a lot of changes around the world. We have many examples.
In the year 2000, thousands of students took to the streets of Belgrade to remove Slobodan Milosevic. When elections and international pressure did not suffice, the courageous students gave the Milosevic regime its final blow. We can all remember the iconic picture of the brave Chinese students who refused to let the army tanks pass him during the student demonstration in Tiananmen Square. That remarkable moment of television history left us with enduring images of student courage.
I need a lot the energy of young people and how I can say their point of view.
They always believe in a positive change. They have a hope that others might not have.
ISFiT can inspire people, which in turn will go back to their own countries and spread the message, and hence, like, if young people get involved, because after a few years we will be the ones who will be ruling the country, or we will be the ones who will be ruled. So if we have awareness and we have the right awareness, I think we can change the present world and live in a better world.
We are going to manage this world in the coming years. I plan to run for Prime Minister of Canada, for example.
As students, we have a great possibility to influence the world around us. Without knowledge, you cannot change anything. Without knowledge about the situation that you want to change, and knowledge about how you can change it, your effort will be in vain. Students are acquiring knowledge. Reading and listening to the experts are essential, but being a student is also about learning through experience. To build foundations for change and development, students must meet. The creativity that students around the world have is a force that few other groups possess. The cynics may call us naive dreamers, but students do never stop to dream about a better future.
Well, I'd like to use the knowledge that I've gained here for more effective thinking. And I think that I've already gained enough from not only my friends, but also the workshop leaders who have contributed greatly to the workshop.
We hope that through participating in ISFiT, the participants can build international networks with other students from the whole world that they can use either in their career or in their personal life when they get home and after ISFiT.
I'm into youth development, and I'm a youth development advocate back at home. Yeah, so I have learned so many skills which I think will add up to the already good work I'm doing back at home.
We also hope that they get some new ideas and inspiration to continue their work on international issues. And we hope that they can get their attitudes challenged.
These 10 days have probably been much more knowledgeable than a whole year at a university.
وقتی که آلبومتون رو ورق میزنید، البته اگه اون موقع هنوز آلبومی باقی مانده باشه چون همه چی دیجیتالی شده، ولی که یاد این روزا میافتید.
Years later, while you're just looking through your photo albums, of course, given that there will be any albums by then, given how digital everything's become, you would remember these days as the fondest times.
و دوستی هاتون حفظ کنید.
And keep your friendship ties.
این دوستی ها در آینده شما رو با همدیگه نزدیکتر میکنه.
These friendships will bring you closer in the future.
آرزوی موفقیت برای همتون دارم.
I wish success for all of you.
The Student Peace Prize is awarded to a student or a student organization that have made a remarkable effort for peace, democracy, and human rights.
Fellow students, ladies and gentlemen, first, I want to say that I'm so touched by your hospitality and the way you have received me here in Trondheim. It has really been a great week, and this evening has been really amazing. Thank you so much for this. I am extremely humble when I stand in front of you today. This is a moment, and this is a prize that I believe that I am sharing with all my fellow Sahrawi students and with all my brothers and sisters in Western Sahara. Many of those Sahrawis have suffered and sacrificed much more than I have. Many Sahrawis have also worked harder than I have and for a longer time. So when I received this prize, I dedicated to the Sahrawi students and young pupils. It is now 33 years since the colonial power Spain left my home country, Western Sahara. Instead of independence, we were occupied by Morocco. To this day, Morocco has still not established a single university in Western Sahara. For Sahrawis who want to study, we have to travel to Morocco. There, Sahrawi students suffer from various forms of discrimination. This prize has made it possible for me to speak for the Sahrawi cause to a large international audience. For that, I am very grateful to the Student Peace Prize Committee and to organizers of the ISFiT Festival. Perhaps it can help to draw the attention to the Sahrawi political prisoners, to the more than 500 Sahrawis have disappeared in Moroccan prisons, to the humanitarian crisis in the Sahrawi refugee camps in Algeria, and to the international companies that help Morocco plunder Western Sahara. I hope we can continue our struggle together in the future. And I would like to thank you so much. Thank you.
Frika, or the Snuff Grinders, is a show with a combination of Norwegian traditional dance and Brazilian capoeira and modern breakdance. The show was performed in the Grand Hall, and a full Grand Hall watched Frika on Saturday night, the last Saturday. The atmosphere in the Grand Hall was fantastic, and the dancers had to come back on stage twice to dance more to please the audience. So it was a wonderful last show in the Grand Hall.
On Monday evening, several hundreds of the participants and volunteers and citizens of Trondheim attended the Silent Walk. The attendees bore lit torches and walked in a long procession between Samfunnet and Nidarosdomen. Walking together in the dark and silence contributed to a peaceful atmosphere. The crowd gathered around Nidarosdomen and a ceremony was arranged inside where the Student Peace Prize laureates Alkoria Rabab Amidan talked of her background and her appreciation to be there. Afterwards, people, regardless of belief, were encouraged to light candles, meditate and share their reflections in the unique surroundings of the church. Accompanied by organ music, this became a memorable experience.
I was just wondering, how do you feel about ISFiT so far?
Well, I feel pretty comfortable. One of the main barriers I found is language.
Okay. Yeah.
But that's not enough. I mean, we communicate through peace and love.
our house, right?
Yeah.
And our home is your home, and your country is my country. My country is already my country. No, just kidding. You know, I think it's served for the sharing everything. You know, we are all human, and we are all living in the same planet, and we should share.
And I'm Kaya. And we're now at the Global Fiesta at Samfunnet. And we also said cheers in 15 different languages. Skål! Or arriba, abajo, al centro. And we don't remember the rest, I'm sorry.
I thought we were going to stand up and dance, but then I have to try and behave like an archbishop.
Hello everyone, I'm Maurice from Grenada, which is right here. It's right just above Venezuela and Canada.
We are from Cyprus, yeah, the little island like.
Great work to all organizers, the president, secretary, all the volunteers, the hosts, everything. It was really good.
And I love ISFiT, and I love all the people, and it's so much lovely people, very, very, very intelligent students.
There it is, under the Turkey, upside of the Egypt, and left side of the, what the hell?
So please, all volunteers of ISFiT 2009 and Samfunnet, please stand up.
really happy to be here. And we were from dialogue group. Yeah, we were in Rieros.
Trondheim, cool city, nice place, a lot of fun. Chill out.
Det ISFiT, så det mange amerikanere og alt mulig.
Hello, this is Anas from Jordan, and this is my first time in ISFiT. Peacebuilding is a great topic because it gathers topics that matter to human beings. What I want to talk about right now is related to how to get peace. For me, peace means, first of all, to find inner peace within ourselves. Like before we could make peace to others, we can make peace with our inner selves. It is really sad how nowadays you can see how the media, I believe that media plays, is like a two-edged sword that has the good and the bad. And in order for us to be role models and in order for us to make real inner peace to ourselves, we need to follow good examples and not whatever we see on TV. Thanks for ISFiT and thanks to the people of Trondheim.